Bro, I swear to God, I'll shoot the fuck out of you.
Shoot
Y'all
me
get
right
out of my
now.
house.
Shoot
Y'all
me
get
right
out of my
now.
house.
Shoot me right now.
Bro, I swear to God,
Shoot me right now.
Take my son.
No.
I hate you over the fucking head, bro.
Hey, you supposed to be family.
Nah, get the fuck out of here. You in my house.
Hey. Stop. Stop. Okay.
Ray J locked up and allegedly pummeled in prison. Insiders say he's crumbling under the weight of a looming long sentence, all to settle an explosive feud with his ex-wife, Princess Love. The headlines hit faster than anyone expected, and what started as a chaotic live stream has now turned into a national spectacle. We've seen celebrity meltdowns before, but this one feels darker, more unpredictable, and dangerously close to collapse. Sources inside the LA jail where Ray J was first held claimed that he was visibly shaken, reportedly involved in multiple verbal clashes, and even hinted at being attacked by other inmates. One insider put it bluntly: the confident performer who once flaunted fame on camera now seems hollowed out, pacing alone, talking to himself about his family and his freedom.
You're not about to sit here and try and make me look crazy when I am the best mother since the day my kids were born. I have been the best mother, and I'll take that. Because I am. Everything I do for my kids, including being around you when I don't want to or have to.
The arrest itself unfolded in real time, streamed to thousands of viewers during what Ray called the worst Thanksgiving in the world. The stream, now circulating across social platforms, shows the 44-year-old singer ranting that people were trying to take his children. He appeared frantic, moving between anger and panic, and at one moment, he seemed to reach for a handgun. That's when Princess Love walked in. It was just past 4 a.m. when police arrived at the couple's Porter Ranch home. By then, the feed had already captured shouting, accusations, and the sound of what witnesses described as a child crying in the background. When officers entered, they found Ray J still agitated, and moments later, he was booked for making a criminal threat, with bail set at $50,000. We can trace the collapse almost second by second. During the broadcast, Ray J reportedly told viewers that, if these people come near this door, I'll blow it up. He accused Princess and her cousin of being intoxicated and claimed they were trying to take the children away. Princess, holding their daughter, fired back, calling him a woman abuser. Off camera, another man entered the home, apparently trying to calm things down, but instead, it escalated. Ray J was heard saying, "I'll end you, bro." Seconds later, the screen went dark. The live stream captured the sound of sirens before cutting out completely. Police records confirm his arrest shortly after, but what's less clear is what happened after he arrived in custody.
All I wanted to do was have a good Thanksgiving.
Why did you wake my daughter up?
Ray?
Because you selfish.
Delusional.
You're drunk.
You're a woman abuser.
You're
and
drunk.
You're delusional.
I'm a woman. That's
Yes,
what drunk
you
people
are.
say. Like, you're taking my daughter?
Grow the up.
All right,
Seriously,
cool.
you need
All
to.
You're not taking my
Like,
son.
Ray.
Like, I
get
know
up.
you're not taking my son. Hey,
don't.
According to insiders, the singer's time behind bars didn't go quietly. One account describes him arguing with another detainee in his holding cell, a confrontation that nearly turned physical. Ray J himself later admitted in a social media rant that he almost fought a guy 4 times during his brief stay. The comment, meant as humor, instead fueled speculation that he may have been targeted in jail. Some believe the tension reflects something deeper, a man so consumed by public humiliation that even a night in confinement turned into conflict. Insiders suggest that Ray J has been struggling with paranoia since the livestream incident, convinced that both the system and his ex-wife are working together to destroy him. Princess Love, meanwhile, has stayed mostly silent in public, but reportedly told friends she's terrified. Their relationship has always teetered between reconciliation and rupture. Married in 2016, the pair have filed for divorce 4 times, each one followed by a public reunion. By early 2024, Love filed again, saying they had diverged paths. Yet, even as she pursued separation, they were spotted together on red carpets and reality show tapings. That blurred boundary now lies at the center of the crisis. Some close to the couple whisper that the live stream was not an isolated blow-up, but the culmination of months of resentment over custody and finances. For Ray J, the fear of losing his children may have been the final spark.
And when I tried to ask you about it, you told me to f myself. And that I don't run shit over there. So, take accountability, Ray. Do better. Check yourself into rehab. Because you're more than drunk.
The legal implications are severe. A criminal threat charge in California can carry up to 3 years in prison if convicted, and prosecutors could escalate it if a weapon is proven to have been used. As of now, court filings confirm the case is active, though no trial date has been set. Behind that legal formality is a darker undercurrent. We're hearing whispers that the prosecution may use Ray J's past behavior to build a pattern, citing his 2014 hotel incident where he was charged with battery on a peace officer and other recorded altercations over the years. If that history enters the courtroom, it could shape how a jury perceives his latest outburst. What makes this more volatile is that Ray J's career, already strained by lawsuits and social scandals, can hardly survive another public implosion. What's striking is how fast sympathy for him has vanished. Fans once saw Ray J as chaotic but harmless, a man who thrived on spectacle. Now, the narrative has shifted. He's seen as a liability to himself and those around him. We've spoken to people in the industry who describe him as a ticking clock, a man unable to separate fame from crisis. Even Twitch, where the incident began, permanently banned his account. That move alone sent shockwaves through his camp, cutting off one of his last direct lines to fans. Insiders claim he's furious about the ban, blaming his ex-wife for orchestrating his downfall. Others say he's been privately begging networks for interviews, hoping to clear the air before court proceedings begin.
Are you surprised the two of them were still together at the reunion after all that?
No, because Ray needed someone to have his back because he was in hot water. You know, and that's why obviously you see his family came on the show because he looked like a complete jack the whole show. And so Ray had like a secret meeting with Nikki to try and turn her on me, then had a meeting with Hazel, and then, you know, try to have a secret meeting with Tiara and get Tiara to turn on me too, and then Princess.
The emotional fallout runs deeper than his public image. In the weeks following the arrest, Ray J reportedly tried contacting Princess Love to negotiate privately, but she refused. She later posted cryptic messages on social media about being done protecting people who gaslight their families. Friends of Love confirm she's now saving all communications for the judge. Meanwhile, Ray J's associates describe him as spiraling, alternating between rage and regret. We can't ignore the irony here. The same man who built his reputation on reality television and livestream transparency now finds every word and action weaponized against him. The story has exposed long-standing cracks in their relationship, from jealousy to control to the endless cycle of online exposure. Observers point out that the couple's lives have been filmed, posted, and dissected for nearly a decade. Every fight became a headline, every apology became content. Now, it seems that cycle has finally devoured them both. There's talk among producers from past shows that footage of the live stream will be archived for potential documentary use, though no official deal has been confirmed. It's as if even his downfall has market value. Still, behind the noise, one question remains unanswered. What actually happened in those tense hours after his arrest? Reports suggest Ray J was kept in isolation for part of his booking due to erratic behavior. Another source claims he lashed out verbally at officers, shouting about betrayal and conspiracies. The jail logs mention disturbances, but redact details. And then there are the darker whispers, that he was assaulted by other inmates who recognized him from television, that he left the facility bruised and shaken. No official statement confirms it, but the rumors persist, fueled by vague comments from his inner circle hinting at mistreatment inside. If these accounts are true, they paint a grim picture of a celebrity who once commanded the camera, now struggling just to keep his footing. For all his bravado and fame, we're seeing the collapse of control in real time. And if Ray J's despair behind bars is this intense already, what dark secrets from his past with Princess Love could push this scandal even further into chaos?
So do the two of them have like a physically abusive relationship? Because it seemed like she was really attacking him physically.
They both are weird when it comes to that.
Okay, so Princess had put her hands on Ray J before?
I don't know.
The more we uncover, the more it becomes clear that Ray J's situation inside isn't just a single incident. It's a mirror of a pattern that's followed him for years. Insiders who've spoken off the record claim that what's happening now, the alleged beatings and breakdowns in prison, are echoes of the same volatility that once made him famous. They say the fights behind bars feel like extensions of his public blow-ups, a man carrying the same explosive energy from his living room live stream straight into a cell block. One former associate who visited him briefly described a man haunted, pacing with that same nervous intensity that once made cameras his stage. We can almost hear it. The same voice that used to command a mic, now barely above a whisper, muttering about loyalty, betrayal, and fear. What stands out isn't just the violence, but the confusion surrounding it. Conflicting stories keep leaking from both sides of the prison walls. One report claims Ray J was placed in protective custody after a scuffle with another detainee who mocked him about Princess Love. Another insists he started the altercation himself, lashing out after hearing rumors that his ex was filing new court motions while he was still locked up. We can't confirm either version, but the pattern is painfully familiar. It's the same back and forth that defined his relationship with Princess for nearly a decade. Two people locked in a power struggle, each claiming to be the victim, each convinced the other is lying.
So this wasn't the first time you've been through his phone, though?
No, I mean, through the whole course of our marriage, I probably went through his phone like 3 times.
How many times did he go through yours?
Like 2.
Did he find something?
I mean, you're always gonna find something,
Yeah.
even if it's nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the last time he found something, but I wasn't trying to hide anything. We were already like going through.
Those who know them best say the custody battle over their 2 young ones lies at the center of everything. According to one insider close to Love's circle, the livestream meltdown began when Ray J discovered legal papers on Thanksgiving morning, hinting she might seek full custody. Others argue that it wasn't about paperwork at all, that it was jealousy, pure and simple, reignited by whispers of a new relationship in her life. We've learned that financial tension may also have played a role. Between legal fees, business losses, and unpaid production contracts tied to past television deals, Ray J's finances have reportedly taken a major hit. Friends say the fear of losing his children and his fortune at once was too much for him to handle. The incident, they claim, wasn't a sudden explosion, it was a breaking point. Still, there's a twist that makes this story even more tangled. Sources close to Ray J allege that some of Princess's accusations don't line up with the footage from the livestream. In certain clips, they say, she appears calm and measured while claiming he aimed a weapon at her. Other angles suggest that his hand never fully raised in her direction. Law enforcement hasn't released the official video in full, leaving fans to dissect every pixel in leaked fragments. This ambiguity has fueled conspiracy-level chatter online. Could it be that one of them staged parts of the scene for leverage in court? Could this have been less a domestic explosion and more a desperate bid for control of the narrative? No one's saying that publicly, but the timing raises questions we can't ignore. Inside the LA County system, Ray J's reputation precedes him. He's known as a talker, a showman, and that hasn't helped him earn sympathy among other inmates. According to someone familiar with his case, he's been taunted by guards who remember his past scandals. Some reportedly joke about his earlier feud with the Kardashians, or his wild interviews on social media. It's the kind of humiliation that chips away at a man's pride. Those close to him describe his mental state as fragile, with long stretches of silence interrupted by sudden bursts of anger. We've seen this before, his public persona all confidence and swagger, while privately, the cracks run deep.
I'm just done. You know what I mean? Like, we're great friends, and I just have to accept that we're just better off as friends. You know what I mean? And even though we're family and, like, I love him, he still loves me, but you just have to accept the fact that you live 2 totally different lifestyles, and there's things that I'm not okay.
Insiders whisper that what we're seeing isn't just stress or ego. It's something far more complicated. They describe a man haunted by emotional wounds that never closed, scars from years of love turned warfare. Behind the bravado and the viral moments, there's reportedly a deep fear of abandonment, something that fuels both his rage and his remorse. Those who've watched him up close say this cycle, explosion, apology, relapse, isn't random, but rooted in unresolved pain that began long before Princess entered the picture. The irony is that fame, which once promised validation, now seems to magnify his insecurities in every public breakdown. Psychologists following the story from afar have speculated that Ray J's prison despair could mask a larger psychological unraveling. The repeated legal trouble, the public outbursts, even the alleged fights behind bars, they all suggest a man trapped in a feedback loop of self-destruction. Some close to him quietly point to exhaustion and untreated trauma from years of scrutiny, while others believe his need for control spiraled after the collapse of his marriage. It's not just anger they see, but desperation, the kind that turns every confrontation into survival, every accusation into proof of betrayal. If that's true, it raises an unsettling question. What happens when a man known for performing can no longer tell where the act ends and the pain begins? Rumors now circulate that Ray J may be forming unlikely bonds in prison, alliances born out of vulnerability rather than status. Whether those connections bring healing or danger is anyone's guess. What we do know is that the emotional volatility surrounding him has become its own kind of gravity, pulling new people, new stories, and new chaos into orbit with every passing day. As the case drags on, the idea of a long sentence looms heavier. Lawyers familiar with California criminal threat statutes warn that even a plea deal could mean extended probation, mandatory counseling, and years of restricted access to his children. If prosecutors push for the maximum penalty, Ray J could face multiple years in prison. For a man whose identity has always revolved around visibility, cameras, lights, audiences, that kind of isolation might be unbearable. Insiders worry he's already unraveling under that pressure, replaying every moment of the live stream in his mind, asking where it all went wrong.
So let's get into it. So just recently you went viral You went through Ray's phone. Ray J, just
Yeah.
in case your brain is a little off
I
because it
was
is early.
returning the favor, by the way.
So he went through
Yeah.
your phone first.
Yeah.
So
we were like, it was a turned up night. We were drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're married, do you feel like you're supposed to have each other's code on the phone?
No. I firmly believe in not going through phones
Yeah.
and respecting people's privacy.
We've also heard of mounting legal maneuvering behind the scenes. Princess Love's attorneys are said to be preparing additional filings related to restraining orders and custody modifications. Meanwhile, Ray J's team is trying to portray him as emotionally distressed rather than dangerous, painting the incident as a temporary lapse brought on by stress and exhaustion. But even those sympathetic to him admit that his behavior on camera makes that a tough sell. "You can't unsee that footage," one former network executive told us. "That wasn't a character, that was raw panic." Behind all this chaos lies something sadder, a public figure trapped in a loop of scandal and regret. Every attempt to rebuild has turned into another eruption. When he's not fighting lawsuits, he's feuding online. When he's not reconciling with Princess, he's accusing her of betrayal. Each apology feels like the calm before another storm. People close to him say he's desperate for redemption, but incapable of staying out of the spotlight long enough to heal. That hunger for attention, the same energy that built his career, may now be consuming him piece by piece. As we look at the bigger picture, the story becomes less about a single arrest and more about a lifetime of instability catching up at once. His fans have begun debating online whether this is the final act of a man too entangled in his own fame, or just another headline in his endless cycle of controversy. Some believe prison might actually save him, forcing reflection. Others fear it's only deepening his resentment. The truth probably lies somewhere between. A celebrity who can't stop performing even when the stage becomes a cell. And now, as Ray J reportedly fights for survival behind bars, one thing's clear. This despair-fueled saga with his ex-wife might just be the spark for even bigger revelations. Could there be hidden recordings, secret deals, or betrayals still waiting to surface? We can feel that something larger is brewing. So, what do you think? Has Ray J finally reached the point of no return? Or is there one last twist left in his story? Let us know your thoughts below and stay tuned. Until next time, take care and keep your eyes open, because in this town, no scandal ever truly stays buried.